Student, today topic is the significance of chemical kinetics in industrial processes. This is the very vast topic, and in the chemical kinetics, with respect to the time or rate of reaction or mechanism of the reaction that is used or in different industrial processes, we especially discuss about the two or three different industrial such as textile as well as the other food and pharmaceutical industry here, because it is a very vast topic, and will have to suffer the rich number of material you will have to pass through it. So first of all, the we will discuss about the chemical kinetics, the branch of physical chemistry concerned with the speed or rate of the reaction. This will also discuss in the two lectures is called chemical kinetics. Now we first discuss significance in industrial processes. For example, the textile industry, your main task is synthesis of different chemicals used or different detergents, different chemicals used in the textile industry with respect to time. For example, dyes. There are different thousand or number of dyes which are used in the textile industry, and how these dyes are manufactured or synthesized with respect to the time for the greater yield. Number two is the softener. There are different organic and inorganic softeners which are used for the fiber softening and for the better finishing as well as greater mercerizations. Number three is the bleaching agent. These are the bleaching agent also used such as sodium hypochlorite or calcium oxychloride bleaching agents. These are used, and how these are manufactured in two or three steps, and the mechanism involved in it. And this is the greater time of reaction is also very counted in this. Number four is the mercerizing agent. For example, fiber has the different impurities, and we mercerize in it and to form the for the greater efficiency of the fiber for its demand in the textile industry. Number five is the wetting agent. There are different wetting agents used. For example, there are sodium and salts are often used for the wetting agents as well as potassium salts. So these are the main textile industrial processes in which the we use the chemicals, as well as here the different also processes involved such as covering process in this, also chemicals involved, milling agent, and to neutralize the pH of the dyes, because pH is a very vast uh, field in this subject of the textile industry. Now, for the pharmaceutical industry, in which speed or time, medicine is able to work about treatment. Whether this medicine is how many time is applicable for the remedy of the specific task of the disease to recover the patient. So this also involve the chemical kinetics. And we also add here different catalysts. The role of catalyst, the development of catalysts to synthesize new materials. If we apply different catalyst for the development of some products, then which catalyst is better? Whether such as, for example, in the synthesis of the sulfuric acid, vanadium pentoxide is better as compared to that of asbestos or platinum or palladium. So it depends upon the yield, and in this field, the vanadium pentoxide gives 98% sulfuric acid, and which is also used in the major use in the textile and other industry. And the speed of chemical reaction is also very countable. Number four, that is the food industry. The prediction of the change in quality of a particular food as a function of both time and environmental conditions. And due to the environmental conditions, often food change their taste. and the kinetics of reaction leading to the loss of the quality of nutritional value, such as I have given the taste as a function of the time, as a function of the reaction. The environmental conditions the food will be exposed to, including temperature, relative humidity, as well as light. And in the environmental chemistry is also very kinetics is also very important, because due to the air the climate change in the different regions of the world, so we get the different environmental conditions at different places, and that is the also role of the kinetics in the environment. Now the such as another field is the decay of the food. So predicting loss in food quality, such as there is a potential for the growth of foodborne pathogens that develop in the food materials as well as spoilage microorganisms. There are various factors. Number one, the pH, water activity, such as a redox potential, in which the oxidizing and reducing agents are react with each other, and the chemical nature of the food itself is necessary, since these all affects the growth rate of the particular undesirable microorganisms. Now, what is the factors involved in the significance of the industrial processes for the different industrial products, such as the mechanism of chemical reaction? So we involve the mechanism of the chemical reaction by establish the optimum operating conditions in relations to the parameters such as temperature, pressure, feed composition, space velocity, and the extent of recycling and conversion of the reactions. The measurements of the rates of chemical reactions over the range of conditions can show whether a reaction proceeds by one or more steps. So by the reactions proceeds in two or more steps, so it is called as complex reaction, while the single reaction is called as elementary reactions. Now, what theory is involved in it? It is the Cullinan theory of reaction rates. So chemical reaction takes place only by collisions between the reacting molecules, but not all collisions are effective. It is nevertheless only a small fraction of the collisions produce a reaction. The two main conditions for the collisions between the reacting molecules to be productive are: the colliding molecule must possess sufficient kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is very great factor to cause the reaction, because when the molecules react with one another and they form the place and change the place, its kinetic energy is greater. Number two, the reacting molecules must collide with proper orientations. Now we discuss these two factors. Number one is the molecules must collide with sufficient kinetic energy. For example, there are two molecules of the A and B. Both form the 2A into and 2A into B. Both react and form the collide with one another. A chemical reaction occurs by breaking bonds. Here the two bonds are different between the atoms of the reacting molecules and forming a new bonds in the product molecules. The energy of the breaking of the bonds comes from the kinetic energy possessed by reacting molecules before the collision. When they collide with one another, the kinetic energy greater than activation energy. Activation energy is the minimum amount of energy required to start the chemical reaction that are able to get over the barrier and react. Because the molecules colliding with kinetic energies less that activation energy fails to surmount the barrier, and the collision between them are unproductive, and the molecules simply bounce off one another. and they jump over one another only. Number 2, the reactant molecule must collide with favorable orientation. This is the second factor. The correct orientation is that which ensure direct contact between the atoms involved in the chemical reaction or in the breaking and forming of new bond. Only the molecules colliding with kinetic energy greater that of activation energy and with the correct orientation can cause a reaction. And the second or third factor, collision theory and reaction rate expression. How we can take the help of the collision theory? The two postulates of the collision theory, the reaction rate are the elementary reactions. Process A and B collide with one another to form the C and D. So rate is equal to F multiplied by, it is also 3 molecules multiplied by P multiplied by Z. F is the fraction of molecule which possesses sufficient energy to react with one another. P is the probable function of collisions that assume with effective orientation, and Z is the collision frequency, how the molecules collide, and its frequency becomes Z. Now, what is the effect of increase of the temperature on the reaction rate? This is also great significance, and an increase of temperature increases the rate of reaction. So as a rule, an increase in temperature by 10 degrees centigrade doubles the reaction rate. Thus, the ratio of the rate constant K1 over K2 of different temperatures of two initial and final temperatures differing by 10 degrees centigrade is known as temperature coefficient. For example, there is two temperature, one is 25 and other is 35. So 35 over 25, it increases 2 to 3 times. It has found that generally an increase of the temperature increases the rate of reaction. So as a rule, an increase of temperature by 10 degrees centigrade doubles the reaction rate. Now, temperature dependence of reaction rate and Arrhenius equation, which is very meaningful in this process. The kinetic energy of a gas is directly proportional to its temperature because the gas has large spaces in it and they occupy the whole volume of the container. Thus, as temperature of the system is increased, more and more molecules will require necessary energy greater than activation energy to cause productive collisions. The increase the rate of reaction. So how this Arrhenius suggested in 1889 as simple relation between the rate constant, that is K for the reaction, and K is equal to A E minus EA over RT. EA is the activation energy, R is the gas constant, A is the experimentally determined quantity, and it is called the frequency factor, and the activation energy EA and the R is gas constant, T is the temperature, mostly taken in Kelvin degree. So taking natural log of the above equation, so we get log of K is equal to minus EA over RT plus log of A. So log log is equal to minus EA over 2.303 RT plus log of A. So if K1 and K2 are the values of rate constant at temperature T1 and T2 respectively, we can derive log K2 over K1 is equal to minus EA over 2.303 R into temperature. Now temperature is T2 minus T1. T2 is the 308 and 298 is the T1. So Arrhenius equation is valuable because it can be used to calculate the activation energy if the experimental value of the rate constant K is known by slope. Now calculation of activation energy using Arrhenius equation. In slightly rearranged from above equation, we can write it as log of K is equal to minus EA over R into 1 over T plus log of A, and we get the linear equation y is equal to mx plus C or B M is the slope, x is the 1 over t, and log of a is the intercept. If we plot to here the straight line y is equal to the two variables in this equation, log of k and 1 over t. 1 over t is along y x-axis and log of k along y-axis. If we plot the natural log of the k against 1 over t, we get a straight line. From the slope of line, we can calculate the value of activation energy. That is, slope is equal to minus E over R, and we get the slope is negative. Now, the other reaction is simultaneous reactions. There are some side reactions accompanying the main chemical reactions. So such reactions are known as complex reaction because it consists of two or more steps. So in other words, to such complex reaction proceeds a series of steps instead of single step, and the rate of overall reaction is in accordance with the stoichiometric equation for that chemical reaction. So following types of complications occur. Number one is the consecutive reaction. Number two is the parallel, because some parallel reactions are occurring, and the reversible of opposing reactions. So it is important. Consecutive reaction, the reactions in which the final product is formed through one or more intermediate steps are called consecutive reactions. These are also known as sequential reaction because the sequence of one reactant with the product with the next reactant with the product. So in such reactions, the product formed in one of the elementary reactions acts as a reactant for some other elementary reactions. So various steps involved. For example, A convert into B and B convert into C. Here K1 is the first rate constant for the A conversion of A into B, and K2 is the second rate constant for B to C. Initial concentration of A is A naught and B and C is 0. It is before the chemical reaction. Concentration after time T, A molar concentration, and that is B and that of the C. The above reactions, the product C is formed from the reaction A through intermediate B. Here is the centralized point is the concentration of the B. In this reaction, each stage has its own different rate constant. K1 for the first step and K2 for the second. I have mentioned earlier. The net or overall rate of reaction depends upon the magnitude of these two rate constant K1 and K2. And the initial concentration and concentration after time T are shown to these reactions under consideration when we get the start the chemical reaction. A naught is the initial concentration, and it is equal to the A molar concentration of A plus B plus C. And the differential rate expressions are minus dA. Why it becomes minus? Because A changes into the B, rate of disappearance of A, divided by time dt is equal to K1A. And dB, B is the intermediate, it is also changed, and K1A minus K2B. K1 is the first, and that is changed into the second. How it will change? It will be then the K2 is developed in terms of B, so it will have to minus first minus second. And dCT is equal to, it is also formed. How it is developed is a K2B. B will be a second rate constant, and the concentration of A decreases experimentally, and the concentration of B first increases and then decreases, and C increases from 0 with time and finally attains the value equal to A naught. Initial concentration, we will have the graph here, and I have to shown here. In the concentration is along y-axis and the time is along x-axis. Now see here, from here the concentration A first decreases gradually from here, and B first increases and then decreases, and C is automatically first increases gradually and then attains according to the equal value of the molar concentration of the A. So this product C is formed. Final product is the product C, and intermediate is the B here. And now we will have the different examples of first order conjunctive reactions. For example, decomposition of a dimethyl ether. Decomposition of a dimethyl ether is in the gaseous phase. For example, dimethyl ether is changed into the methane and plus formaldehyde. And after this, the chemically react will form to hydrogen and carbon monoxide. In this one is the slow step and other is the fast step. And intermediate is very countless, that is methane and plus formaldehyde. Decomposition of ethylene oxide, it is very used in the industrial processes, and ethylene oxide converts into the acetaldehyde, and then the methane and plus carbon monoxide. And these are the examples, and we have also studied here the different parallel reactions, and that these are also very important in the textile and leather and other industries, and what other reversible or opposing reaction, and we have also given the examples in the text. Thanks. That's end of the lecture.